All right, so hopefully by now you have found the area of these two triangles. In case you have forgotten, I'll take you through this quickly. If we draw an altitude here, it's going to split this triangle into two congruent triangles. Each of these will be 3. And because the leg is half the hypotenuse, I know this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Or you could just remember that an equilateral triangle, all the angles were originally 60. Either way, we get that the height is 3 square roots of 3. So the area is half the base times the height. So that'd be half of 6 times 3 square roots of 3 is 9 square roots of 3 square inches. And then over here, it turns out that this one has an area of 25 square roots of 3 square inches. Now, you can do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing it that way, but I'm going to teach you a formula. So if you look at this, what could I do to 10 and 6 that would get me 9 and 25 respectively?
No.
It has something to do with half.
Square rooted.
Square rooted.
Oh, times.
Pardon?
Divided by 1 in that? No. Well, with 6 you add half, but then you add 1 in that half.
Okay, so it's not just 1.5 times 6 and 1.5 times 10. That doesn't work. What if I squared 36? What do I get? Or squared 6, excuse me. I'd get 36. And what if I squared 100? What would I get?
Well,
I keep saying this wrong. And take 2. If I square 6, what do I get? 36. And what would I have to do to that to get 9?
Divide by 4.
Divide it by 4. If I squared 10, what do I get? 100, and 1/4 of that would be 25. Or a different way to think about it is, what if I took half of 6? What's that? 3 squared is? Or if I took half of 10, 5 squared is 25. So, yeah, is there a way? Yeah. You can use either this formula, which is the one that I taught for years, and I still use it just because it's the one I'm most used to. Area is equal, take the side, square it, multiply by the square root of 3, and divide the result by 4. Or, you're welcome to also use this one. Area is equal to take the side, divide it by 2, square it, and then just multiply by the square root of 3. Those two are equivalent to one another, and so you can use either one. Does not matter at all to me. They're both good math. So let's find the area of an equilateral triangle with sides of length 11 centimeters. So the area, I'm going to use the second one. Take the side, divide by 2, square it, multiply the result by the square root of 3. So that's going to be 11 over 2 squared times the square root of 3. 2 doesn't go into 11 evenly, so I'm not going to divide it and make it a decimal, because we try not to mix decimals with square roots. How do I square a fraction? Square what? Yeah, square both the numerator and the denominator, because it's 11 over 2 times 11 over 2. That'd be 121 over 4. And I usually put the square root of 3 in the numerator. If you wanted to do 121 over 4 all times the square root of 3, that's fine also. and it would be square centimeters. All right, let's try this one. If the area of an equilateral triangle is 144 square root of 3 square feet, what's the perimeter of the triangle? Well, the first thing we would need to find is how long are the sides. So I'm going to again use that second formula. I think most students like it better. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me. So it'd be 144 square root of 3 is equal to s over 2 squared square roots of 3. As we mentioned the other day, when you're solving for a variable, you start by getting rid of things on the side where the variable is that are furthest away from the variable. In other words, what you would do last in order of operations. So like if I plugged in a number for s, I substituted, I would divide first, then square, then do the square root of 3, right? So here, I'm going to get rid of the square root of 3 first. Well, that was nice. Now I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And since we're talking about a side length, I don't have to worry about a negative square root. So this is going to be 12 is equal to s over 2. Multiply both sides by 2. We have every side is 24. So the perimeter of the triangle, since it's equilateral and every side is 24, be 3 times 24 is 72 feet. Any questions about that? All right, I have a worksheet for you. It's not all equilateral triangles, right? It's some equilateral triangles, a good portion of those, but then other things to help you review all the other area formulas that you should know.